Hey guys, welcome back to the Girlfriends and Goals podcast YouTube channel. My name is Samaria and I'm joined by my best friend and co-host Miyosha. And today we are doing a reaction to an Am I the A-hole post regarding a proposal. So before we
Mhm.
get into that, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments, child, what you think about this whole scenario. All right, I'll go ahead and read. This says, am I the a-hole if I tell my friend her boyfriend is planning to propose?
Hmm.
I'm already feeling like a yes, but we'll see. All right. My best friend, 27 female, has been dating her boyfriend, 26 male, for over 5 years. A while back, he reached out to me to help figure out ring size and the setup so he could make this the most magical day for her. Having known my friend for over 20 plus years, I know exactly how she wants her proposal to go and who she wants to be there. So I relayed all this information to him months ago via text and over the phone. I even took the time to covertly find and confirm which ring she would love the most. Okay, friend.
Mm.
A little background. My friend is incredibly family and friend oriented, and in the past expressed to me on multiple occasions, especially during holiday season, that in the 5 years they've been together, he hasn't really made much of an effort to indoctrinate himself into her family or friendships the way she has for his. While I do generally like him, I have always felt that he is incredibly self serving and self focused. Dang, do you like him generally? It don't sound like it. Recently, through a mutual friend, I found out he started a group text between his, emphasis on his, friends and his family to set up the time and date of the proposal. He has not only excluded myself, and according to the screenshots I've seen, he is doing everything verbatim I suggested he do, but he has completely excluded her family and other close friends from the event. He is
Hmm.
planning on only having his boys and family present for the occasion. And knowing my friend this would ultimately break her heart, not being able to share this moment with her loved ones. I got heated and called him. At first, he was dodging my questions, then just outright said, "This is my proposal, and I spent enough time and money to choose how I do it. Just be happy for your friend. It's not like you're not coming to the wedding." This infuriated me. And to make matters worse, I ran into her mom and dad at the grocery store and suddenly asked if they knew of any possibility she was getting engaged. They were unaware, and I know for a fact my friend has told him that he needs to ask her parents for their blessing. She's somewhat traditional. Whew, child, it's a lot.
It is.
My friend wears her heart on her sleeve, and I can predict how this event will go down when she sees all of his close friends and family and none of hers. Considering her previous sentiments about his lack of interest in her family/life, she will 100% see this as being hurtful and selfish, and I know she'll cry. To make matters worse, the location of the proposal is a whopping 30 minutes from her parents' home. I don't know if that's too far or she's saying like it's so close, but they don't know about it.
Mhm.
That's what she
Hmm.
says, whopping 30 minutes. I don't want to get involved in a fight or reveal the surprise, but on the other hand, I feel I owe it to my lifelong friend to help her avoid being hurt and disappointed. Maybe even helping her rethink what her future would look like with someone who just doesn't really appreciate what she values in life. So, am I the a hole if I tell my friend her boyfriend is going to propose?
Yes.
Plain and simple.
You are. Uh, and so I wanna take a step back to the part where she talked about screenshots. I wanna know, how was she able to get these screenshots of maybe what was going down? Because she said that she wasn't told about the proposal or invited to it. So was there someone in his friend group
It sounds like it.
was relaying it to her?
Well,
So
she
even
said through a mutual friend.
Okay, so even this mutual friend must have been feeling a way to even think like, "Oh, let me send something to the best friend."
Yeah.
So that is interesting. And then the other thing is, so when she said that she ran into the parents at the store and she
Mhm.
asked like, "Oh, have y'all heard anything? Do y'all know anything?"
Yeah.
Her even doing that was risky.
So she did. It very much was risky. And I think people were eating her up about it. So she put an edit. She said, I did not tell her parents. I covertly inquired if he had spoken to them yet about proposing since it's been 5 years, like in a joking way. I
Mm,
wouldn't even want you to do that. But also,
yeah.
it's not really your, I guess it's not really her business if the parents know or not. I understand being nosy and wanting to know, like, oh, he ain't tell us. I wonder if he told her parents, but it's not her business.
It's not, and it seems that she may be overstepping her boundaries. I think I understand y'all have been friends for 20 years. You're basically like family. I
Mhm.
completely understand that, but this seems like it seems like you need to just let this play out
Mhm.
the way that it needs to play out. I
Yeah.
understand you want to save your friend from heartache, and that is completely understandable, but that's a big risk you'd be taking by, I mean, she may be at peace with it. She may be okay with it. You don't
Hmm.
know. And
Yeah.
sometimes,
Oh,
in these situations, you may end up getting outcasted
mm.
because you were just trying to protect the friend. What do you think?
I agree. She obviously should not say anything, but I think her feelings are valid. And I know, like, when you're the friend of someone who you feel like deserves better, it can be a very hard situation to be in. And you want to say something and you want to prevent the hurt and you want to, like, take some type of action. So I completely get it. And I appreciate her asking other people's opinions before just blurting out, "Oh, he's probably, he's gonna propose." I'm like, okay, that was a good step because no, you should not say anything. You keep your mouth shut no matter what. But yeah, I actually relate to her a lot because it's hard. It's a hard position.
It is, but something that she said where I'm like, the friend is aware of how he is. Said in the last 5 years, he hasn't really made much of an effort to indoctrinate himself into her family or friends.
Yeah.
And so some part of the friend may have accepted that part of him by continuing to be with him. Not saying that like she's happy about it, but this isn't, I wouldn't expect that this would be news to her, or maybe a situation like this would be him taking it too far. Like, it's one thing if you don't talk to my parents like that, it's another thing for you to
Yeah.
completely exclude them from such a big moment.
Engagement. And then your parents are going to be there and your friends and your everybody. I don't know. If it's been going on for 5 years, I think they should not have gotten to 5 years because that's like big feedback to give a partner. If I say to you, hey, it's very important to me that you hang around my friends, get to know them, hang around my family. Like if I say that's important, you need to be making effort within the next I was gonna say within the next 1 week, but I'll give it like a month to 2 months. I need to
Mhm.
see that you are accepting my feedback because
Yeah.
it's important. So I don't necessarily think it should have gotten to 5 years if it was that big of a deal to the friend.
Yeah, and I understand. She says like, "Oh, I know exactly how she would want it to go, and she knows this, she knows that."
Mhm.
Mm,
But you never know. Like you
you
never know
never
what
know.
people are okay with settling for. And so,
Right.
that
And
might not
she's clearly settled a bit in
that's not what she
accepting.
started out wanting, right? But
Mhm.
she's comfortable now, and that's she's okay with it. And you can't be the one to be like, "Girl, you're settling." She got to realize it herself. So,
Yeah.
all right, but
Well,
she did make an update, and that's the next thing that I want us to take a look at. Okay,
okay.
I'm I don't know much about the update. I just saw it linked.
Okay. Let
Okay.
me see.
So actually, before we read the update, you guys let us know
Mhm.
in the comments what you think. Should she say something or should she not say something? Give y'all a second to
Yeah.
get your thoughts in the comments. All right. So this is the update. She says, to everyone who told me to keep my mouth shut, thank you. All right. So she took the advice. That's good.
Mhm.
So on Saturday, the day of the proposal, I got a call from her boyfriend. He was screaming at me, blaming me for not showing up, uninvited still, to the proposal with her parents because she was upset they weren't there. I was effing slack jawed. I told him I knew this would happen. And he says verbatim, you just admitted you knew this would happen. So if you knew the whole time and you actually cared about her, you would have invited them. She should have invited the parent child. I was gobsmacked and I hung up on him. Not even an hour later, I get a call from her asking me to come to her parents. According to her, this is how the situation played out. He popped the question, she said yes, and the people he invited popped out from hiding. She was bombarded by four of his guy friends, his mom, dad, older brother, and his sister in law. His parents were holding a sign that read, "Welcome to the family, Mrs." Insert his last name here. And this is where
Mm.
things go downhill. I did not know this before, and I thought I knew everything. Good thing you kept your mouth shut. So I did not know this before, and I thought I knew everything. But my friend doesn't want to change her last name, and she's
Mm.
told him that repeatedly since they got together. She's an only child from a Ukrainian family, and with everything going on with Ukraine in the last year, she's doubled down. When she saw the
Mm.
sign, she joked, "Mrs. his last name. I think you mean Mrs. her last name." Everyone went silent until his mom said, "Well, the ring is already engraved. No changing it now."
The whole family a piece of work. The whole family.
Okay. She takes the ring off and sees Mrs. his last name engraved on the band. Then she asked if her parents were coming. He gave every excuse. He didn't have their number. There were too many people there. He wanted to keep it private and eventually said, "This was my proposal to you, and now my family is your family. We can just send your parents the pictures later." This man was born with an extra scoop of audacity.
Wow.
She took the ring off and left. That's when I'm assuming I got that call from him. She went straight to her parents. She asked them about the engagement. They were clueless. She then asked if I
Mm.
knew anything. I asked if she was in the right place. She said she was. So I told her I would answer any questions she had rather than dumping everything on her.
Mhm.
She was
Okay.
upset. Yeah, that's a good friend. She was upset, but thanked me. She was furious when I told her about the call from him earlier and said, "Does he really think I'm that shallow?" She said it wasn't about having a perfect proposal or her parents there. It was about him making the whole thing about himself, as always. And she was done feeling ignored and belittled. So
Mm.
this was her breaking point. She's staying with her parents currently and has been receiving texts from him. The worst one so far is him telling her that she has to pay him back for the ring and for ruining his life. Right now, all I can do is be here for her, and whatever decision she makes, I will fully support because, as you've all helped me realize, this isn't about me, it's about her. Not my monkey, not my circus.
Kudos to you, girl, for actually listening. I feel like so many people ask and then they still go do what they want to do. I mean,
Exactly.
ultimately, it's always your decision, but if the majority of people are telling you it's a no go, it's a no go.
Oh my God. I can't believe it.
It's unfortunate for the young lady who was getting proposed to that she had to learn a lesson in this way. I
Yeah.
guess how deep his selfishness ran,
Mm-hmm.
but it's better that she learned it now versus after marriage. It sounds like the whole family is a piece of work. Like, is this really even a family you want to marry into? No one's family is perfect,
Yeah.
but for the parents to kind of completely disregard her feelings as far as the name, engraving it in the ring, why?
Of course, they would disregard her feelings because he disregards her feelings.
That is true.
How he treats her
Ooh,
is how they treat her, and maybe they didn't know, like in that moment they didn't know.
yeah.
So I put this all on him, but yeah, he's a real piece of work. My family is your family now. Don't tell me who to accept as my family and who not to. Like, don't do that.
Mm-mm.
A
And
little pushy.
what what would have an additional three people have been? Like, okay, the parents and the best friend, at least. I'm not saying you have to invite every person in the family. You
Mhm.
clearly purposefully did not want them there.
And after 5 years, you don't have your significant other's parents' number.
And they're 30 minutes away.
That's
Even if they're in another continent, I don't care. There's no excuse after
somebody.
5 years.
You got the friend's number. She
Hmm.
parents like you had a lot of different ways to get that information. You chose not to.
Yeah. It's best she move on with her life. Hopefully she didn't go back.
So she did put an edit. She said, so edit one, she gave him the ring back when she took it off. Okay, so good.
Mhm.
And then edit two, I did not mention this plan when I originally posted, just in case her ex found this thread, but I can report now that we got a heads up last night that he wasn't at their apartment. So we ran over, got most of her stuff out, at least all the really important stuff. And to those asking, no, she isn't going back to him. It's over. Period.
Listen, hard lesson learned, but now she can really move on with her life.
Absolutely. So
Mm.
listen, guys, let us know in the comments what you thought about this whole scenario. It was a hot mess. It was really long, but let us know
Yeah.
what you thought, and we will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Bye.